Well, it turns out my short from a few weeks ago was actually kind of accurate, and Ben Stokes has now officially played his final test match. Following Stokes' retirement from international cricket, England are left with a giant gaping black hole in their test squad, that being the most important role of all: who is going to captain the side. Now, before I get into the 3 names that I have on my list, I'd love to know who you guys think down in the comment section below, but let's kick things off with the obvious choice. Well, is it obvious? Harry Brook. Now, the reason I hesitate from calling it the obvious choice is because when Stokes was suspended for the second test match against New Zealand fairly recently, Brook wasn't called up to replace him in the captain's role. Instead, it went to Joe Root, who was the captain previous to Stokes' appointment. Personally, I feel like the reason that Brook wasn't immediately appointed the role is because he kind of has a similar checkered past to Stokes, in the way of he likes a bit of a drink, he can get himself into a bit of trouble, he sometimes says the wrong things. So it kind of feels like maybe the ECB are waiting for Brook to mature slightly. That being said, he's definitely still the front runner on the list. Second on my list is a name I've just mentioned, and that being Joe Root. Now, this would be quite the curveball because Root was, as I mentioned, the captain before Stokes, and he's kind of said that he prefers not being the captain, although he did fit pretty seamlessly back into the role when he had to replace the suspended Stokes. Sure, England lost the test match, but still, it would make sense in this kind of interim period to promote someone who's done the role before, just to ride the waves and see out the storm. However, as just mentioned, Root is very reluctant to step back into the captain's role, and he is undoubtedly a better player when he doesn't have to shoulder the responsibility of being captain. Therefore, the third name on my list, and a very, very big curveball, bear with me, is Jacob Bethell. Now, I know what you're thinking, he's basically a child, he's only played a handful of tests and he's only been an international cricketer. He's only been a first-class cricketer for, what, 3 years? But Bethell has already been given the chance to captain the England side. Sure, it was in a white ball format, but still, that trust and that faith that they've put into him at such a young age shows that the ECB really do see a bright future in Bethell, and so they should. The guy is an incredible cricketer. But I do appreciate Bethell at 21, I think, 21, 22, being captain of an England test side going into next year's Ashes. Yeah, that would be quite the controversial pick.